Yo, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all the other episodes, stop by raprankings.com or search Rap Rankings on your favorite podcast platform. Track 4, Hello Brooklyn 2.0, produced by Big D, featuring Lil Wayne, also known as Wheezy F Baby. Please say the baby. Or I don't know if he wants you to anymore. I know for a while he didn't want you to. But, folks, I hope this ain't gonna be controversial, but at the same time, I don't care if it is. Flat 7.
4.
Oh no. No, you fell victim to the narrative, Moulz. That's what happened to you.
No, I am the narrative. I am the narrative. I'm the one who back in 2007, when I read the MTV News article about this, before it came out, and Jay was talking about, it's not really going to be a lyrical slugfest, I thought...
Oh, he said that?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's even better. He told us. He warned us. He had the decency to warn us.
I
was always under the impression that we didn't know that this was going to happen.
They did Hello Brooklyn, who they sampled, the Beastie Boys, right? I'd like to sample the Beastie Boys myself right now and say... Listen, all y'all, it's a sabotage. So in 2007, Lil Wayne, the best rapper in the world.
Wow. Wait, okay, I'm officially on board with this theory because something will happen later on the Blueprint 3 that I call sabotage.
Okay.
Well, just continue.
In 2007, Lil Wayne was the best rapper in the world, and we were all anxiously awaiting the Carter 3. Which would be released the following year in 2008. It was a long road to get to the Carter 3. In 2007, Wayne was killing mixtapes, killing other people's beats. He killed Jay-Z's beat earlier in the year. Show Me What You Got from Kingdom Come on the Little Louisiana tape and on the Drought 3. He had to do it twice. He played it twice. All right? Wayne is just like, come on, man. If you're really tapped in, like, Wayne is just like the man. 07, 08 is just, those are Wayne's years, man. He can't be fucked with in those years.
Okay.
No, I'd say 06 too.
Yeah, when
that was really the genesis of it. It felt like.
Yeah, what was that? Dedication 2?
Dedication 2, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
He was just bodying everything he came into contact with. And you do a song with him. And this is what I was saying on the graduation review in season 1 about Barry Bonds.
And I'm glad you brought that up because I'll make a point, but continue.
You have got to be kidding me here. Like, so you get Lil Wayne and you get him to do a chorus and like a shitty 8-bar verse. And it's not his fault because the beat, there's nothing you can really do with it. And especially when the pretense is we're not going to have a lyrical slugfest. That means translate Hovanese into English, and what that means is I don't want to get shown up on my own album by the new best rapper alive.
Oh man, you know what? I hate that I follow this theory, and I think there's some way to it.
I followed the narrative. I am the narrative.
It's funny that I didn't think about this.
Because I'm going to tell you something. It's not a lyrical slugfest. It stinks.
Well, here's the thing. So I don't think it stinks. Now, you let your theory off, which is kind of turning some gears in my brain, so I might feel differently about this. I might come back in a few weeks and say I was effing tripping. But what I was going to say, in my notes, I wrote...
He made Wayne... If people were hearing Wayne for the first time, if this was like their first introduction to him, or the Jay cosign was going to be their first opportunity to maybe actually take this dude seriously, this was sabotage to the highest degree.
The way I rationalized it, I said, much like Barry Bonds, I think the reputation of the song suffers from the time frame in which it was released. Because as you were saying earlier, Wayne was starting to climb to the top of the world. So him hooking up with Jay would be looked at as an event. Reasonably, a real, like you would expect a bar out type of record, probably, you know. I know I was geeked. That's what I wanted. Coming off of the Drought 3, I had just started rapping. Wayne is my idol. He's my blueprint. He's my everything. I'm expecting a mind-blowing rap record. Instead, we got this, where the beat is shockingly simple, where Wayne is singing like some sort of hobo bluesman, and Jay's the only one doing anything remotely quote unquote serious, which isn't what we quote wanted or quote expected.
And quote unquote serious, but not, I would say, quote unquote good necessarily. It's not like
I think he's fine.
Jay, but he's not like, this isn't a bar out
snapping.
song.
No, he's not snapping at all. But my point, I just wanted to say, if you strip all of that away, the expectations and what we were expecting, what we wanted, I think you have a completely fine concept record, cheated by expectations, or perhaps
fine
sullied.
Is a 6. Fine is a 6.
No, aight is a 6.
Well, that's fine as aight.
It's either cheated by expectations or perhaps sullied by its creator's lack of awareness about what the people wanted from them.
No, that's exactly the opposite. The creator knew
Which is why I'm saying, now that you've posed this idea of sabotage,
he even gave us a disclaimer. He said, it's not, don't expect very much.
Right. And I'm starting to wonder, because
also,
I'm going to just set this up. I'm not even going to
I'm going to take it even a step further. It doesn't belong on this album. It doesn't fit the musical motif of the rest of the album. The rest of the album is
unless
like
it's supposed to be like, let's flash back to the 80s. If you remember in the Rock Boys video, this song plays at the beginning as Jay's narrating. He's like, Mossy or Brooklyn or whatever. I think it's supposed to be like, all right, he's a dope boy in the game. It's the 80s, so we got the beat, sounds like a very 80s beat. It's very simplistic. It doesn't fit musically. It fits thematically, but not musically with everything else.
Sure, it breaks musically, though, from... This is like 80s hip-hop,
right,
tribute.
And the rest is sort of like soul-influenced.
Right, and American Gangster, the film, is a film that takes place in this... I mean, it's a 70s vibe that's trying to be elicited here, and I feel like we're also way too early into the album to give us any kind of tonal shift like this. We're still establishing the American Gangster sound, which is architected by Sean C, LV, and Diddy, the Hitman. That's the foundation here. What is this doing here? Why is Wayne on this song? For instance,
I can tell you what it's doing here, actually. And this is actually, although I just got on board with your sabotage theory, I forgot that I found this out, so I might have to put a dent in that sabotage theory. Although I do not think Jay is above sabotage, as we will discuss when we get to a certain track on the Blueprint 3. But how this record actually came about, Hello Brooklyn 2.0 was originally a Lil Wayne track, recorded with his friend Big D for the album The Carter 3. What happened was Jay, heard the unfinished track, thanks to Rockefeller alumni Kiambo, Hip Hop Joshua, and G. Roberson, and he asked if they could speak to Wayne, who was their management client at the time, and get him the track for American Gangster. So Wayne said, it was produced by my homeboy Big D a long time ago. Jay heard the song some type of way, and when he heard it, he said, ask the homie if I can get this. When I was asked the question, I told him it wasn't even a question. He's got it. Everybody in the world knows how I feel about Jay. He's the king, utmost respect. And he said the song is a sample on there that says, Hello, Brooklyn. I made it so that I'm talking to a woman, and the woman has the traits of the actual place. I say she loves B.I.G., but she like Tupac. Every time I say Jay-Z, she say it's The Rock. Me not being from Brooklyn, I think it's cool because you always want to know what an outsider thinks of your place. So this was a Lil Wayne record originally.
Doesn't change my theory, because here's the thing.
Are you saying maybe Jay heard it? He's like, yo, this is whack.
This is the perfect way that I could convince everybody that this guy who went on his album, The Carter 2, and called himself the best rapper alive is in fact a joke.
Wow. So this was some real,
4D
Shakespearean 4D chess.
Don't even ask me how.
Wow.
Well, I have so many conspiracy theories about
Call
people
into the show. Let us know what you think of Moulz' theory.
I gotta tell you, no one man has ever been preyed upon and sabotaged more than Lil Wayne, and I'll get into it throughout the course of this show.
Over the course of this show, we will definitely discuss. Right? I'm on board with that.
When it comes to Lil Wayne, I've got my tinfoil hat on real tight.
They've been trying to end Lil Wayne, and I hate it. I hate it for him. I hate it for hip hop. But we will talk about this. The truth will be told. Folks, if you want to weigh in on our many conspiracies, the number 718-635-0743. That is 718-635-0743.
I've said all I had to say about this one, Mel. You take it from
wow.
You take
All
it
right,
from
well,
here.
I'll take it from here.
I don't like this. I don't like it. I just don't like. I don't like it as a song, and then as you like to say, holistically, it bothers me even more.
Okay, well, yeah, Beastie Boys sample from the song B-Boy Bula Bizy, whatever, from the album Paul's Boutique. I don't know. It's called Hello Brooklyn 2.0 because it's this almost the spiritual successor of Hello Brooklyn from Paul's Boutique. And I think it's fine. It's hip hop. Once you get past what you want the record to be and start considering what it is, I think it's fine.
I don't agree. It's shit hop.
Oh, come on. Come on. So, folks, as we already discussed, as Wayne discussed, the whole point of the record is sort of the personification of Brooklyn as a desirable woman. So Jay says during the Storytellers episode, he says, "Hello, Brooklyn is when the young hustler steps out and he sees the world. He's about to take on the world." So, yeah, I think Jay's rapping well enough here. He's not snapping.
I think, well, first of all, it's like very patterned. It's like, mama, you birthed me. Brooklyn, you nursed me. Something, you something. Something, you something. Very...
It's only, I would say, there's only a few different ways you can rap on a beat like this.
Well, that's why he shouldn't have rapped on it, but he knew exactly what he was doing by picking it. He knew.
Well, here's the thing. I actually have come to enjoy Wayne on here because it's Carter 3 era Wayne singing, which it's my favorite era of him singing.
But musically, it's a beat thing. But the beat doesn't match what he's singing. He's just singing.
It doesn't.
This beat is all boom, 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 boom. There's no musical addition that would make him singing sound good. It just sounds like bare.
It's odd. It is odd. It's an odd record, but I think it's fine.
I cracked the case. I cracked the fucking case. And I'm being generous. All right.
But this is that singing that I think Young Thug would take notes from and build his career off of. So yeah, verse 1. I think it's fine. He's talking all that stuff, talking about Brooklyn. Brooklyn, you nursed me, schooled me with hard knocks, better than Berkeley. They said you murked me by the time I was 21. That shit disturbed me, but you never hurt me.
He tells a lie in this verse. He says, if I had a daughter, guess what I'm going to call her? Brooklyn Carter.
Brooklyn Carter. No, he called her Blue.
He called her Blue
Ivy, as a matter of fact. When I left you for Virginia, it didn't offend you because I only stepped out to get dinner. It's slick enough. I like that. Now Wayne's verse, it isn't amazing, but it doesn't suck. I mean, he's sticking with the concept. It was his concept. He's sticking to the script, as he would say. I'm sure. He could have barred out, but I think this works perfectly fine for the concept.
He didn't even know he was going to be on a Jay-Z song, so he
didn't. But it's his concept. Jay carried his concept.
I don't know if you could say he carried it. I would say he dropped it.
I mean, come on, Brooklyn, you crazy. Look how you made me. Razor blades in my mouth, walking around behaving, all demented, black hoodies and Timberland, always scheming. You see the gleam on that nigga's pendant. He's rapping fine. I think he's rapping fine,
Yeah, fine doesn't... listen, fine doesn't...
Now I'll say this. He doesn't pass up an opportunity to be entrepreneurial Hove again. Right? At the end of this verse, he's like, talking about Brooklyn, iller than, all the different places, maybe I'm cold as ice like I'm from Brownsville, but my bed's in the sty, though I lie flat
cold
in
as
your
ice,
bush. I mean, that's a little on the nose.
Your boys MOP, get it? Brownsville, they're from Brownsville, cold as ice. Huh?
Hey, there you go. Bed, sty, flat bush, I lie flat in your bush, it's like,
come on, I lie flat in your bush. Come on. Give me a break.
I like pubes.
I'm old school. What can I say? What more can I say?
When I came into my 30s, I stopped thinking that women needed to shave all the time. It's a beautiful thing to grow pubic hair. You should let that rock. Ladies, I like the pubes. Anyway.
Perv hove?
Say what?
Perv hove?
Yeah, sure. Perv hove. It's pervy hove. Pervy baby. Yeah, and he ends with that, iller than Albee Square Mall back in the 9-0, my fine hoe. We got some victims to catch, so in a couple years, baby, I'm going to bring you some nets. Now, of course, when I heard this recently, I'm like, okay, he's talking about the Brooklyn Nets. But I was like, I could have sworn that was later on. Like, he wasn't working on that.
He's saying in a couple years, manifesting,
Well, right. Yeah, but I guess he had started working on that around this time.
He did?
In 07. And he did do it.
He did it. He
brought the New Jersey Nets to Brooklyn. He did it.
I think we'll talk about that more next album, but it is something that happened. He put it in the verse. Good for him. What is a 4, though? What does it mean? It's not the worst thing I've ever heard. But I don't like it. Hey, like it, so. I got news for you, though.
What's that?
I think this is as bad as it gets.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good to know. Look at you talk about me spoiling stuff in last week's review. Look at you.
I'm not spoiling anything. Now we know
Moulz doesn't have anything below a 4.
Well, it's not about what I give something. It's about how many. I don't want to tell them my takeaway. I don't want them to know my takeaway. They can know. They can know that this is as low as I'm going.
Well, that's cool. That's fine.
Like I said, we're a show that it's all about that transparency.
Well, transparency takeaway. We can take away the lens from Hello Brooklyn 2.0 and transition to track 5 if you like.
All right, let's roll.
Yo, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all the other episodes, stop by raprankings.com or search Rap Rankings on your favorite podcast platform.